Back for another video, and today we have 16 hypercars about to take on this lane merge track with a little twist. We got a bump. This is going to cause for some insane racing, and for those insane races, we have some of the most insane cars on the planet. We've got some hypercars. Let's see who we have racing today. In one corner, we have Team Ferrari with the Ferrari LaFerrari, the Ferrari FXX, the Ferrari 599XX, and the Ferrari Enzo, with Lamborghini, with the Lamborghini Aventador, Lamborghini Veneno, Lamborghini Centenario, and the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. Now on the other corner here, we have the Bugatti Veyron, we have the Bugatti Huayra, we have the Nissan Vision 2020 concept with real riders, we have the Porsche 918 Spider, we have the McLaren P1, the Lykan Hypersport, the Aston Martin 177, and the Aston Martin DB10. Aston Martins, they could be argued not as hypercars, but for this tournament, they are. So let's say our matchups, and let's start racing. Here are our matchups. We have the Ferrari LaFerrari versus the McLaren P1. We have the Nissan Vision 2020 concept versus the Ferrari 599XX. Ferrari Enzo versus Aston Martin 177. Lamborghini Aventador versus Bugatti Veyron, a fan favorite. Lamborghini Veneno versus Bugatti Huayra. Lykan Hypersport versus the Lamborghini Centenario, another fan favorite. We have the Ferrari FXX versus the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. And then last but not least, we have the Porsche 918 Spider versus the Aston Martin DB10. Tournament style, let's start racing. First matchup is an iconic one, the P1 versus the LaFerrari. First one to touch the blue track wins. 3, 2, 1. It's going to be the LaFerrari beating out the P1. Next up, we have the Nissan Vision 2020 concept versus the Ferrari 599XX. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. It's going to be the Ferrari, but the Nissan put up a fight. Next matchup, we have the Ferrari Enzo versus the Aston Martin 177. Here we go in 3, 2, It's going to be the Enzo just beating out the Aston Martin. Next matchup, we have the Aventador versus the Veyron. Who will take it? Classic rivalry. 3, 2. It's gonna be the Veyron beating out the Aventador. Our next matchup involves two insane hypercars. We've got the Lamborghini Veneno versus the Bugatti Huayra. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's gonna be too close to call. Let's go back to replay. As you can see in this video clip to your top right here, it was the Veneno just edging out the Pagani to take that win for Team Lamborghini. That was an insane race. We've got our fun next matchup. We've got the Lamborghini Centenario versus the Lykan Hypersport. Ooh. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. It is going to be way too close to call. I think the Lykan Hypersport might have taken that, but let's go back to replay just to make sure. If you look to the top right of your screen now, you will see that this race was the closest race I've ever had on this track ever, and it was a tie. Both cars hit the wall at the exact same time. We're going to go do a re-race. The cars have switched lanes. Let's see which one will take it. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. I think the Lykan Hypersport might have taken that. The victor of that race was the Lycan Hypersport. We've got the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento and the Ferrari FXX up for this next matchup. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. It was the Sesto pulling in front of the FXX. Our last matchup of the first round, we've got the Porsche 918 Spider versus the Aston Martin DB10. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. It was the Porsche with a cool jump and winning the race. Here we go. We have our victors. We've got 3 Ferraris, 2 Lamborghinis, a Bugatti, a Lycan, and a Porsche. This is going to be insane. Let's see our matchups. These matchups, first place would go against last place, second place would go to second to last place, and so on. And we've got some iconic battles here. We have the Ferrari 599XX versus the Sesto Elemento, and the Bugatti Veyron versus the Lamborghini Veneno. One of the most viewed videos on my channel. Oh well. Let's see how they do on this course. Our first matchup is part of the Holy Trinity, the Ferrari LaFerrari versus the Porsche 918 Spider. Let's start this race. 3, 2, 1. Look at that! It looks like the Ferrari's gonna wreck and the Porsche is gonna take it. Bad run for the Ferrari. Our next matchup is the Ferrari 599XX versus the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. And it's the Ferrari shutting down the Lamborghini. Our third matchup is the Lycan Hypersport versus the Enzo Ferrari. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. And it's going to be the Enzo destroying the Lycan. Our fourth and final matchup is the Bugatti Veyron versus the Lamborghini Veneno. Rematch. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. It's going to be the Bugatti beating the Lamborghini. Here are our final 4 cars with their matchups. For the semifinals, we have the Bugatti Veyron versus the Porsche 918 Spider. Then we have a Ferrari matchup, the Ferrari Enzo versus the Ferrari 599XX. We will move on to the final. First matchup, Bugatti Veyron versus Porsche 918 Spider. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. It's going to be the Porsche with another flip after the race, beating out the Bugatti Veyron. Who will go up against the Porsche? Will it be the Ferrari 599XX or the Ferrari Enzo? Either way, there's going to be a Ferrari in the finals. Who will it be? 3, 2, 1. It's way too close to call. We'll have to go back to replay. If you look to the top right of your screen here, you will see that after a very close race, it was the Enzo Ferrari just edging out the Ferrari 599XX and going to face the Porsche 918 in the finals. This will be a one-race race. Who is going to take it? As you might have seen, some cars have been screwed over in races for getting stuck under the track and spinning around and losing the race. If that happens to one of these cars in the race, it's all over for them. There'll be one race down to touch the blue track at the end. Who is going to take it? Comment down below if you're Team Porsche or Team Ferrari. It all comes down to this. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's going to be way too close to call. The Enzo actually does a whole relay back to the start of the track. We'll have to go back to replay for that. That was an insane race. And here are the results. Look to the top right of your screen. It was such a close race, but the Porsche just barely edges out the Enzo. If you look closely enough, that was one of the most insane final races I've ever seen, but it will be the Porsche 918 Spyder taking this tournament. Thank you all for coming out to watch this tournament. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more tournaments on these tracks with different categories of cars, make sure to comment down below. You might see that in your next video. I'll see you guys later. Peace!